Hi, this is Hubert Johnson again with Guardian Tax Law. Want to talk today about FBAR reporting. What is FBAR reporting? If you ever heard of Paul Manafort, who got sent to prison for failing to report foreign assets, that's what he was convicted of. So he was on Trump's team and was prosecuted and convicted for failing to report foreign assets. So this is an older requirement, a filing requirement, goes back to the 70s, but the United States didn't have really a way to enforce it. So now that they have treaties and have forced reporting from all different financial um, accounts and banks from all across the country, the Swiss, the Russians, believe it or not, the Cayman Islands, most of them have these agreements now with the United States government where they're reporting foreign assets. So the areas and places that you can hide money have really shrunk down to almost non-existent anymore. There are a couple countries left, but again, the U.S. is working on treaties with those countries, as is one of them is China. So first of all, if you have more than $10,000 in a foreign asset, you have to report it. And that's cumulative. So if you have multiple accounts in one country or another, and the highest balance in those accounts for the year adds up to $10,000, you need to report it. How is it reported? First of all, just on your tax return. They've made it a lot easier over the years. Most CPAs should be able to handle the foreign accounts, reporting the foreign accounts for the current year, and if need be, amend past years. What are the penalties for not reporting the foreign accounts? These are really nasty. The IRS loves to pursue these because the penalties are so high, up to 50% of the assets. So that means if you have 400,000 tucked away somewhere, IRS finds it, goes after you, $200,000 gets paid to the IRS. There's also criminal penalties, so they can go after you like they did Paul Manafort, threaten you with jail time, or put you in prison. So again, this is not a joking matter. This is something to take very seriously. So what do you do if you haven't been reporting? You didn't know about this. There's two main options. The first one is the best one by far. It's called doing a streamlined application. To do a streamlined application, you're basically telling the IRS, I didn't know, I had no way to know, I didn't do this willfully, I didn't know what was going on. And it's very fact specific. So we're using a lot of legal arguments to pretty much balance it out and argue with documentation to support it, to show that, look, this person really didn't know what was going on, or they didn't know about this requirement. And so there's a few ways to do that. It is the most important part of the streamlined application. With it, you have to pay a 5% penalty of the highest balance for the last 3 years. So for example, we just did one recently. It was a $27,000 penalty on around 400,000 of foreign assets that they didn't know about. But when they found out about it, they took care of it, and then that protects them from any investigation or prosecutions. The only other option at this time is to do what's called a quiet disclosure, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You're trying to quietly slip in the reporting and start reporting every single year. So the IRS, they only have so long to come after you, 5 or 6 years. And after that, they're hoping that they don't catch you. If they do find you, though, you have no protections from investigations or prosecutions if they find you. And it's even frowned upon the IRS to try to do this. So that's why it's much better to do the streamlined application if you qualify, if you can show that you weren't willful about this. If you have foreign accounts, talk to a tax professional. Get the help that you need, know what your rights and options are in dealing with this. Now, there are some foreign accounts that don't even have to be reported, or they need to be reported to, but there's a 0% penalty on it. You just need to start reporting this, and then you can sleep easy at night. The IRS is actively investigating these cases. It's one of the big money makers for them. And so be aware, if you have accounts, retirement accounts, bank accounts, other assets in foreign countries, talk to a tax professional, get protected, and protect yourself from the US government and any investigations that might come down the road. The IRS just loaded up on personnel, and this is one of the areas that they are actively increasing their investigations for. Hubert Johnson with Guardian Tax Law, 520-485-7371. Call us for a free consultation.